Wow. Are we live? I think we're live. I mean, it's really hard for me to tell. Sorry if this isn't working great. I don't really know what the situation is. YouTube seems to be messing me around a lot. It doesn't seem to matter what I do. I seem to get bad streaming settings. So, yeah. In fact, let me... I can check the audio this end. I mean, hopefully it's streaming okay for you guys, but obviously you can drop comments in the comment section. So, yeah. This is actually more complicated than I'd hoped it would be. Who would have thought, eh? So, yeah, this stream I am going to be doing Martin Miller's guitar part on Earthquake. It's going to be a lot of fun. Martin should be here at some point. In fact, I should probably head on over to the actual page and share that with people. Let me... for anyone that is watching this, it's obviously a huge help if you could go onto your Facebook and share this stream. We are live. Fingers crossed the... I mean, I can literally see that the stream quality is bad, and it doesn't seem to matter what I do at all. Nothing seems to change that. I've downscaled to 720p. I've lowered my bitrate considerably. I have a supercomputer. It shouldn't have any problems doing this. So if what you are currently watching is unlistenable, I apologize profusely for that. But yeah, so let me read some of these comments, see what's happening. So we've got a couple of people on. I am live, yes. Hello, Vancouver. And Martin Miller is online, so I should, in theory, if I do this, I can make Martin Miller a moderator. So now Martin can now delete people's comments or ban them if he sees fit. Why not? So, yeah, why don't we get to business? Before I do business, though, I should thank these people over here. These are Patreon supporters, and this stream is kind of brought to you by those guys. So, yeah, as always, I'm always giving a shout out to those guys. Thank you very much for your support. It is a huge help. I'm glad to hear that the video is okay. Great. Awesome. So why don't we crack on? So I have opened up Martin's recording of Valery Stepanov. In fact, why don't we try and get Martin on Skype? Let me just do that now. And we'll give Martin a quick call. Let's get Martin. There he is. Let's do an audio call with Martin. Get online, motherfucker. Oh, it looks like you're bringing up video.
Oh, yeah. You don't want me to?
Oh, you can bring up video if you like, my friend.
Yeah, why not?
I will bring you over here.
I have decent hair today.
Yay. How things?
Great. Wait. Oh, yeah. Obviously, I can't see you in Skype.
That's because I've not turned my camera on. There you go.
Okay.
Oh, that's my bad camera. You don't want... Nobody else wants to see that. I have multiple cameras. So, yeah, quick question. So this, is it Valery Stepanov?
I hear a feedback loop right now. This is really confusing me.
I won't talk then. You just talk.
Wait. Oh, yeah. This way, I'm hearing myself talk. Like what
you need to turn the volume of the stream down.
Okay. Yeah, the guy's name is Valery Stepanov, I would say. Yeah.
So how did this project come about?
The last letter.
How did you get involved on this, and what can you tell us about the track?
So I gotta turn this on and off the audio. This is really funny. Would it help if I used headphones? Probably not, right?
No, it would.
Okay, give me a sec. I'll sort this out.
So Rasterben95 asks, is Martin going to use the transcription for anything, or are you doing this just as a challenge? We may come to some sort of arrangement with something that Martin's going to do, but the main purpose of this is it's a challenge for my guys on Patreon.
Yeah, I don't have the correct adapter here for some reason. Oh yeah, there it is.
Ever the professional.
Okay.
Oh, it's now telling my stream quality is good. This is good. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
So, tell us about this project. How did it come about? And yeah.
Yeah, I'm still hearing myself talk. This is
That's because you need to turn down the actual stream on YouTube.
the stream. I was thinking my own speakers. Yeah, of course. Right. Cool. We're set. I'm sorry. This is my first time doing this.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So Valeri is basically a colleague, a friend of Anton Davidjans, who is a bass player I played with a lot, especially around 2012, 2013. Recently, we haven't played that much together, but yeah, we played a couple gigs together in Russia, and I've been following his online activity. And eventually, he asked me to contribute to an album that he did with a drummer, which is called VSEC. That tune was called In Flight. That album also had people on it like Federico Malaman, Alex Hutchings. And yeah, this tune, Earthquake, is a continuation of that collaboration. It's for his new solo album that he's doing.
And what was your kind of input? I know you were sent a kind of a score, which I will have reference to. But yeah, how much of a part did you play on this?
Yeah, I was given a chart with the themes on. I'm playing this melody in unison with the keyboards, with the monophonic synth. So the phrasing of the melody was very much dictated by the chart, that all the little trills and all the little details in it, so the line would be as unison as it possibly can be. And my contribution basically was all those. By the way, this is for the video. What I did there is for the video. So I did every kind of blank moment there was. I basically filled up with chops and licks, which may not end up in the final version, I guess. So yeah, I was coming up with the solo. I was coming up with all those. Well, the fills are all improvised, so I was really doing it on the spot. And I did the comping myself. That was also not prescribed by him, all the clean stuff. So that was my personal choice.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for popping onto Skype. Have a listen to the stream now.
Yeah.
And get involved in the comments. And yeah, sure. if you hear anything that you object to me saying or doing, you can always call me on Skype and I'll bring you up and you can make fun of me.
All right, cool.
All right, bro. Chat soon. Bye.
Yeah, see ya.
Oh, that was fun. Right, so in theory this is all working. I'm just reading the comments. Emiliano Calvillo, I want Martin to say hi to me. I'm live streaming, not Martin. You want me to say hi to you? Yeah, Martin, one hell of an improviser. Anyway, so yeah, let's take a look at the transcription. Let's do some transcribing. So just move my big ugly face out of the way. Hopefully you can see me. I'm just checking my volume is there. Now when I hit play on this, hopefully that's acceptable. So when it came to doing this, there was a huge bit of frustration. I've opened up the file in Transcribe. For anyone unfamiliar with Transcribe, the software, Transcribe, this is the piece of software I use for marking out, what I call marking out my files, is so I can put in my beat markers, my bar markers. It just helps with things like loops. You know, if I'm working on something like this, I can... which makes it a very cool practice tool as well as being something that can be used for transcribing. You know, I can slow things down. All very helpful. The reason I mention this is because I do have an affiliate link in the description below if you want to purchase a copy of this. I forget how much it is. It's like $40 or something like that. If you do buy it via the link in the description, I get like $10 or $12 or something like that. So it's a great way of supporting this channel. So I thought I would make reference to that. Anyway, I put the track on for you, and what you notice from this intro is it's wild. It's you know, crazy. What is happening? Now at that point, obviously the beat has kicked in, but before that, it's crazy. And I kind of cheated. I asked Martin in advance, how are you counting this? I was wondering if maybe he had, you know, like a separate track where it had been cued. I kind of assumed that it was, you know, keyboard holding sounds, and then the band would cue to play these unison bits. You know, then silence. But no, Martin was kind enough to tell me that there is a chart and that he has a backing track of this where there's a click, a 2-beat click for each one. And what that essentially told me is the placement of each of these phrases. And let me see if I can bring that up actually. Oh, I have it somewhere. There we go. So Martin sent me this, and this actually helped. Looking at this, I could see, okay, so that second phrase doesn't begin on the beat, it begins on the and of 1, etc. And we have a bar of 5/8, etc. So yeah, that helped in my marking out. So now I've got this marked out. I could go through this and right click, edit marker, subdivide by 4 beats. This is really hard keeping up to date with the comments section. I just want to make sure that I'm getting live comments. Yeah, it looks like I'm getting live comments. So who's going to be the first to use the super chat? So now that's subdivided by beats. Still all in 4. Then this bar is a bar of 5/8. So I'm going to subdivide that by 5. And then from here, everything is in 4 again. And I'm just going to listen through the tune, press M to mark out where the beats are. Sorry, where the bars are, and then because I've subdivided each measure by 4, it's going to automatically going to split everything in 4 for you. So let's take a listen. Sounds like this. Okay, so that's the first minute of the tune. Let's get that done. As you'll see, I'm doing this without a guitar, so probably a little bit slower than if I was working with a guitar, but for the most part, it's very good quality video, so in theory, I shouldn't need it. There are no comments appearing. This makes me worry that that no one is actually doing, no one is actually commenting live. Okay, no, it is working by the looks of things. Well, stream is still good, so no. Yeah, stream is good. Excellent. This makes me happy. Right, now let me make me smaller. So yeah, working in Guitar Pro 7 as well. I don't have an affiliate account with them, so I could, but I don't recommend the software like I do with Transcribe. So I'm looking at a phrase and I hear this already. Ba 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 ba. Can I share some transcriptions that I make on the spot? What do you mean by that, Raphael? Hello Norbert from Hamburg. And I love you too, C. Jegus. I don't, no idea. Anyway, so phrase. So I hear that I've already processed what that phrase is. Bo, ba, bo, 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 ba, bo, bo. Bo, ba, bo, 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 ba, bo, bo. That's a huge part of transcribing for me. So now I'm going to write that out based on what I can see him doing. Now, a lot of people ask, well, literally today, someone asked, you know, is there a way to turn off the feature that you use in Guitar Pro whereby each time you put in a note, the sound of the note appears? This is literally why I do it. It's so I can transcribe without a guitar. Let's put key signature in this. I'm just assuming C minor at this stage. Ba, 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 ba. Ba, ba, ba. This is our first phrase. What is the video format you use with Transcribe? That's a good question. So what I did was I just went on YouTube, found the video link, and then downloaded it via Y2Mate because KeepVid is now down. Rest in peace. Let's have a moment of silence for KeepVid. That's enough. So yeah, I used Y2Mate, and I think it's an MP4 that I'm working from. As long as you've got GStreamer installed, then Transcribe can open up video files, so that's fine. Hello, James. Oh yeah, so yeah, by all means, share any transcriptions that you do, Raphael. And again, anyone that is watching this and you're enjoying this content, you know, well, aside from hitting that subscribe button, post it on Facebook, post it on Reddit, get the word out there. I want to do more of these things, and they're a lot easier to do if I can. Oh, of course it's F minor. Thanks, Martin. I just took a guess. So now we've got silence, right? So now what I'll do is put in 3 bars of silence, just because I'm going for a transcription that's rather representative of the recording. I found the chart that Martin sent me very interesting because it doesn't actually reflect what's performed. I think the chart says that there's 7 bars of silence there. That's not a bad ear, eh? So the guitar player is Martin Miller. I love pronouncing weird names. Ickening456. Martin is in the chat section right now. He has a little wrench next to his name because he is an admin. So don't upset him or he will delete your comments and ban you. Let's see what's happening on Facebook. Get the word out, people. Spread the word. How many people are watching? 52 people watching. We can get that to 100, can't we? Tell your friends if you're enjoying it. If you're not, tell your enemies. So I should really crack on, shouldn't I? So we've got 2 bars of silence. And then we get into the phrase. So 2 bars of silence, and then we have the... So I'm blind now. I see. Suddenly that makes a lot of sense. Is he playing it on the G string? can't really see exactly where he is there. And what's the question? Why are you doing it manually? Why am I doing what manually? Transcribing, because that's how transcription works. There's no magic software that just does the work for you. Yeah, I could play those bars of silence. Oh, well, thank you for sharing on Discord, RastaBen95. Right, now we've got a bar of 5/8. So putting a custom time signature, 5/8. I like to break the beams like that so I can beam it the way I want it to beam. Most guitarists do struggle with silence, yeah. Okay, I can definitely see that he's there. So was that previous raise there? No. Ba-da-da-da. Ba-ba-ba. Okay, so now I'll beam these the way I want them to look. So I'll beam it like that. And now we're into the actual tune. So the thing I hate about Guitar Pro, I'll tell you what I'll do. I will beam it like that. Horrible, disgusting. Read some more comments. Hi Venezuela, Nat from Venezuela. Thank you for sharing it on Twitter, Nino. I hope Trump sees it too. Yeah, so woo! Oh yeah. Average live view duration is 8 minutes, so this is good. Anyway, let's get into the song. Now, of course, as I say, if you've got any questions about anything I'm doing, if you want clarification on anything, why I've done what I've done, then just let me know. You. You've learned a lot of Yngwie stuff from working hard on it, but when you try to learn Martin stuff with your primitive ear, man, Yngwie's hard to learn. So, has anyone out there ordered Martin's guitar? Martin's improvisation masterclass is excellent. To be honest, to recommend the software again, link below, purchase it, helps the channel out. Transcribing Martin stuff is very difficult at speed, but when I can do this, that's helpful, I beam my eighth notes. Sign of a professional. Actually, the sign of a professional is not using Guitar Pro because Guitar Pro is awful. But, wow, comments are coming in thick and fast. I do appreciate it. So what have we got? Stuck a link to a live stream on our Transcribe. Hang on. Is there a Reddit for Transcribe? For transcribing? I had no... Surely are transcribers people who literally transcribe people speaking. I'm not much of a Reddit guy, so yeah, the time signatures at the beginning were a real pain in the ass. I would have transcribed it slightly differently to the way it's charted. It absolutely would have been playable, but yeah. That's a good question from Abhinav Swami. I'm so sorry. Which would be better, figuring out the harmony first or the melody? To me, it depends on what I'm attempting to learn. Like when I listen to something like that, like a phrase like that, this sounds like an F minor chord. It is a static F minor vamp. I'm worrying about the transcription of the melody, and then if I'm interested in a line that he plays, I will then go, why is that interesting? And then go back and listen to the harmony and see why it's interesting. So, yes. Little bend on that, nice. I feel the pressure that Martin's dealing with. I've got my email inbox open right now, and there's 67 emails that I need to deal with. And you know, it's indiscriminate. I've got emails from Frank Gambale that need dealing with, but it's just so much that needs doing. It's so frustrating. Abhinav Swami. I hope I did nail your name. I hope you're not just being kind to me. Man, everyone's here to talk to Martin Miller. Hate that guy. Now we're getting into fast territory, so this is where I would slow things down. What's the difference in my workflow or ethos when I have for transcribing for a client versus for my own self-improvement? Well, that's a great question. I want to bring my face up. That's a great question. The ethos hasn't changed. When I started transcribing, I was doing everything for my own self-improvement. It was things that I wanted to learn. So I made sure that the quality of everything was very high because I wanted to learn as much as I possibly could, right? And then as word got out and word got around and people started coming to me to do transcriptions, then obviously I find myself keeping that quality very high because word of mouth spreads. So, but now I'm fortunate or unfortunate, depending on which way you look at it. You know, like I said, I've got 67 emails that need dealing with. I've got a lot of jobs on at any given time. I have very little time to transcribe things that I want to transcribe nowadays. It's one of the things I use the Patreon group for, to be honest. I pick a monthly transcription challenge. This was one of them because I wanted to do this. So, yeah, but in essence, the mindset behind it never changes. It has to be accurate, and or else, you know, you don't get emails from guys like Frank Gambale with them saying things like, I've asked around and everybody just keeps giving me your name, but apparently you're the best. Like, that's what you need to stay in business in this industry. People need to hear your name and think of you as being the guy to go to. So that's the thing there. More questions. How do I develop my ear? Man, my ear sucked when I started transcribing as well. Foo you. It was a real ball ache, and it was honestly just transcribing a lot. Singing everything that I played, singing everything that I transcribe, and trying to develop that connection between my ear and my fingers. Now when I can sing a phrase, I know how to play it because it's weird, it's hard to describe because I can sing it. So these comments are coming in really fast. What I'm going to say to you guys, for anyone watching, is if you want me to address a comment, tag me in it, at Levi Clay, and you can tag me in it. That way I definitely won't miss it. Alternatively, there is that super chat button. Obviously, I don't expect people to donate. It's always nice though. If you super chat me, your comment will be tagged to the top and everyone will see it. So that is an option. So I will let you guys talk among yourself while I do this. Now use a copy paste feature. Just correct the notes. I hate doing that. I'm not going to do it. You'll obviously notice like the integral part of me transcribing and getting a fast workflow is I don't have to fuck around with the rhythms when I'm doing that. I don't have to think about that whatsoever because I process rhythms, and that comes from being a good reader. So yeah, just name dropping the Gambali thing. I'm really happy about that. So transcribing, wow, transcribing inner voices on chords. For me personally, I sing everything. So I play the low note and the high note of the chord, and generally when I do that, I find that I can sing my way through the chord. How much longer would this progress take you without any video? I don't think it takes much longer without video, because if there's no video, then I definitely use my guitar. The only real difference would be the tab might not be spot on, if that makes sense. So how far would you think my guitar playing ability and music theory knowledge has to be to start? Dude, your guitar playing knowledge and music theory knowledge doesn't need to be anywhere to start transcribing. When you pick up the guitar for the first day ever, you should experiment, and if you hear a melody, play it. If I grab my guitar, I'm in open G. Anything like that, even if you're not writing them down in the early stages, just get it done. You might be time to borrow the horn from that pedal show. What horn? I don't watch enough that pedal show. It's not playing that there. I see. The name drop horn, of course. I mean, really, it's less of a name drop thing and more about teasing you upcoming projects. I appreciate that you can't see, can you? Put me up here. One of my favourite phrases, that. Bit of melodic minor. Mike Sterney. Where is he playing that? Could fuck around with that fingering, couldn't I? But I'm in a rush. Scrolling through comments. Scott Hanna retracted your comment. What is that all about? No, I wasn't part of the Power Tabs community back in the day. Any tips for balancing your guitar life around your work life? Well, I'm not the guy to ask for that. I'm definitely not the guy to ask for that, because work is primary at all times. I'm hearing a pull off there. So a little bit of outside, and now we're back on that F1. Ah. Will there be any more country guitar books in future? Potentially, but to be honest, I'm working on Delta Blues slide books at the moment, and they're a lot of fun. So lots of comments coming in. Let me read some of them. Share any general advice on how to get started with transcribing music professionally? I mean, I can give you advice on how to get started transcribing. I don't know about professionally. It's doing it professionally is be good at it. Be good at it and get word out there. Talk to people. You know, I got talking to Martin. Me and Martin have been friends now for about seven or 8 years. We met. No, it's longer than that. We met in person for the first time 7 years ago in Germany, just last week, I think. And yeah, you know, I got to know Martin because of my transcribing, and it's blossomed into a wonderful friendship. Same with lots of guys that I know, guys like Tom Quayle. I got to know Tom because of my transcribing. I just got talking to people that were very good players and might have needed transcriptions. So that'll work. So I did the country thing. Any tips on syncing playback of transcribed audio with the original video to compare for accuracy? So that's a good question. Yeah, so if this were out of time and it's not, I can use this to offset the video. This offsets by frames, so it's pushing it ahead by 3, 4, 5, 12, 14 frames, and then pulling back. If your video is significantly out of time, I think that's a GStreamer issue. I think that you need to reinstall GStreamer. Couldn't work out how to tag you and wrote a bunch of random words by accident. Okay. Are you playing all of the tabs for yourself? No, no, often not. I transcribed the entire Brent Mason Smoking Section album, and I did it just because I wanted to test my ear, and I wanted to explore the music, and you know, I learned a few licks here and there, but I didn't really learn any of it. It was really about, you know, expanding my musical vocabulary in my head rather than my fingers. A lot of the licks on that album I have picked up and I do play, but not because I practiced them. It was from exposing myself to them. So thoughts on fellow Ibanez? Hey, that's not a question for me. Okay, let me go. Fucking around there. Much faster if I had my guitar with me on that, right? So now if I put a tempo marker in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, let's go for 160. Now in theory, I'll tell you what, I will put a marker in here, edit this marker, turn it into a section marker, so I don't lose track of where I was. Now if I go back to the start of the solo, in theory, if I put my count in marker like this, we can now go. Pretty spot on. Whoops. So that is all looking good. Comments. Why has no one hit that super chat button yet? I've not signed to Ibanez. And they've never approached me. I don't think they like me very much over there. Other times that you transcribe a part and realise that you aren't technically proficient to play it yet, all the time. If you're transcribing stuff that's easy for you to play, it's not a bad thing, but, you know, transcribe more things. I'm always transcribing things that are too hard for me to play. In fact, my entire playing sound now is based around what I learned from transcribing 25 Scotty Anderson tunes. I can't play anything like Scotty plays it, but it's been, you know, useful to me. Well, I'm glad it's a pleasure to watch me work. What I would say is, you know, share this stream. Apparently there's still only 53 people watching, so 54 people watching. Get it on Reddit, get it on Twitter, get it on Facebook, get it everywhere. Let's keep going. Because I'm doing this whole tune, I don't care how long I have to sit here for. Wow, I've been on for 40 minutes and I've got 30 seconds. I need to work faster. Maybe I'm not getting the whole tune done. And of course, if you like my transcribing abilities, you can learn to transcribe like me by joining me on patreon.com. Like these awesome people have. These are some of my Patreon supporters. I promised that I would do this a few times during the stream, just because I'm extremely appreciative of the support that these people bring me, give me. It means that I can spend 4 hours on a Friday night streaming like this and not worry that I'm not doing other paid work, because this is kind of paid work. So yeah, thank you to you guys. Is my voice on that one? Yeah, it's good. Okay, so I see more questions. Any original music coming from me, Levi? Hey, Rasta Ben, 95. What I would suggest you do is if you go underneath this stream, you'll see a description. If you click in that, you will find a link to my Bandcamp. Bandcamp? Yeah, my Bandcamp. I have 2 albums up there. Hellcat Molly's Out of the Ashes, which is a rock album, a metal album with a singer. All songs that I wrote that were all, you know, heartfelt. Lyrics were very important to me. I wanted to write songs, but I also knew that my audience kind of likes me shredding as well. So I did a different mix of the album. I got rid of the vocals for it and I played lead guitar for all of the vocal parts and had guest solos on it. It's got guest solos from Martin Miller and Jack Gardiner, or who else plays on there? Cameron Allen, Jeremy Kroll. So yeah, I would recommend head on down to the bottom bit, hit Bandcamp, and yeah, check out my albums on there. You can stream them all for free, of course. Look, even Martin's saying donate. Hit that super chat button. To be honest, the only reason I did this live stream is I was hoping that somebody was going to super chat me, because I've got lots of friends that stream and I watch them and I see the value they seem to bring to people it's staggering to me. Anyway, Buddha. I see a question here. I have a problem with note values. Is there a resource that you can point me to? I can write it out in tab, but it's not correct in terms of note values. Yes, Jason Otero. Read. You have to develop your ability to read. If you can't read music to a high standard, why would you expect to be able to write it to a high standard? Just think about it logically. I'm talking to you now. You can hear what I'm saying. You could write down the words that I'm saying, but only if you understand the words that I'm saying. If you can't read the English language, you can't write it down. The same is true in music, unfortunately. You just need to put in the time and, work on your reading. I have a series called Reading 101 on my YouTube channel. You might enjoy that. Yes, post it on Facebook. Whammy bar, gay. I don't have a single guitar with a whammy bar now. I have like 15 guitars and I don't own a whammy bar. Okay, so now we're into the actual melody, right? But to kind of talk about what Jason has said. No, let's just jump back. Was it the added pressure of being in a band that pushed you to improve? Can you explain more? No, I played in a band because I like music that has singers. So to talk about what Jason asked some more, in terms of rhythm, when I hear this bar, I got my first super chat. That is so exciting. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I'm sure with YouTube taking their cut, that's like 20 cents to me, but I appreciate that. Thank you. So to talk more about what Jason was asking, when I listen to this bar. Oh, Martin, you got beaten to it, mate. So when I hear this, I can process the rhythm. It's da 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 da. So that's beat 1 is empty. Beat 2, da, is a quarter note. Ba da da, a triplet in beat 3, da da, and then 2 8th notes. That's how I'm processing what's happening. Anyone use functional ear trainer? When I make a transcription, do I usually talk with the artist to check your work? Sometimes not. How do I get the embellishment and grace notes? Consider that rhythm. That's a really interesting question, actually. So when I hear a phrase like this, ba ba da da, I don't. There'll be a delay between. So I'm hearing the phrase ba ba, and I'm trying to vocalize that ba ba da 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 do. Check the finger. Ba ba ba. So I can hear. I've already processed what that rhythm is. Da da ba. I'm a big fan of all of the William Leavitt books. In fact, I think this is one of the best books on reading, Melodic Rhythms for Guitar, because it trains you to read rhythms. And that's when I say thank you, Scott. Thank you very much for that. And $1.99. It's like shopping. I like it. You will pay with £2 and I will give you a 1 penny change. So regarding reading, there's obviously two skills. There's rhythm recognition and note recognition. In order to be a good reader, you need to be able to interpret rhythms and understand the notes. We don't need to, as transcribers, need to worry so much about note recognition because that's what the tab is doing. If you're transcribing using tab, obviously, if you're just using notation, you need to have a good understanding of notation. But the point is, rhythm recognition is the skill that people are lacking in the most. And that book, William Leavitt's Melodic Rhythms for Guitar, is a godsend for it. And that's coming from an atheist. So. It's in there somewhere. That's funny. Ba-da-da. Levi for president. Yeah. I do a better job of I'd say your mellow off Paris. Mellow off Paris. I would assume that you are probably not from America, but yeah. Ba-da-da-da. What am I doing? Ba-ba. You get that grace note slide in there. What's happening? Is someone leaving us? Plane's taking off now. Yeah, thank you so much for joining in, Sigigus. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate your input. Share it with your friends. Tell someone in the airport that they should tune in. I'm in France soon. I'm coming to Disney again. I'm in France like I'm touring. No, the funny thing is, like, I've had a few super chats, and obviously I really appreciate that. But I'm probably gonna lose money just on the cost of having these two lights running for the amount of time that they're gonna be running for. It's so hot in this room right now. You have no idea. I'm dying. I'm enjoying it though. If I take my shirt off, I apologise. I'm lost. So now we have the same phrases here, but he's not playing a triplet there. So I just copy it. Don't hit number. Same phrase. Ba, 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 da, da. Now that's telling me that note was played in the wrong place. So again, I forget who even asked the question now. Yeah, I get no sun in Scotland. So now when I hear this, I can process this bar, and it's about asking where does the note come in. So it's at the end of beat 3. 1, 2, 3, da ga da da. So we've got 2 beats held, beat 3. Boom. Just guessing on the notes there. My grace note game is strong. My vibrato game is strong as well. Now I'm just going to, you know, play to my strengths, copy and paste. So I can just copy this entire thing. I've made note of the thing that needs changing, which is that triplet. And we're fine. So let's have a look. So lots of comments. What have we got? Enjoy the heat, yeah. Never a fan of the Leave It books. Really? They tend to be a bit too fluffy. I mean, don't worry so much about the material. It's not about learning to read. It's about improving your rhythm recognition skills. I've never found anything that I read that I enjoy reading. So how do I know where on the neck the note is? I'm looking at the video. Trying to learn this from watching and listening makes... Jason Shadrick is online. Yeah, Jason, that'd be awesome. If you'd like to pay me for this stream, that would be fantastic. I can't play a simple phrase about stopping. Electricity, money contribution. Thank you, Mark. Levi Clay is to guitar what Jacob Collier is to the piano. That is one hell of a compliment. Thank you. Now I've kind of lost where I was. That's what we need. Keep my lights on. The funny situation about my lighting is so obviously I'm at home, I work from home, I have a home studio and everything. So I really run my electric and gas bills up, but my wife still has to pay for half of it. So so now we've got a slight variation at the end of the phrase. I'll still copy and paste and then fix it as I need. I'll get that. See if there's that much finger in that. Does he move down there? Yeah. So there, who asked about fingerings, right? Someone asked about how do I know where he's playing things. Like there, I saw him move his hand, so I wrote it where it was before. But then I was like, let me just check because it sounds like he's moved there, and it looks like he's moved so. Oh no, I'm in the way. Can I put me like... We don't need my face, do we? Again, for anyone watching, this is Transcribe software. Link below if you want to purchase it. If you do, I'm an affiliate there, so I'll make like $10 and that's a big help. Okay, so that's the end of the bit that I marked out. It's now repeating the melody. So who wants to see what we've done so far? And the other beautiful thing about Super Chats is we can see that Mark's comment is pinned to the top. He gave me £10, therefore he shows up. Matthias Hriebar, H-R-I-B-A-R, Hriebar, 35, is that Dutch krona? I have no idea what that is. That could be £1 or it could be £500. So I'm going to thank you as though it's £1,000,000. Thank you very much. Right, so anyway, like I say, let's see what we've got done. Let's not do it from there. We'll just do it from here. So some of you saw me do this earlier if you were still watching, but let's see how in sync we are. So I like doing this. I've got my... I will press play in Guitar Pro. I've set it up so I have a 4 count, and that gives me enough time to come over to Transcribe and hit play at the same time. So let's see what it comes up as. Oh, no, I've got it slowed down. That won't work. Right, here we go. Thank you, Squid 3D. Falling out of time a little bit. I'm like 1 BPM out. I'm right with that. So now I'll mark out more of the file. 2, 3, 4. I sound like Jacob Collier. Look at the concentration in Martin's face. Whoops. This sounds like music from the best Sonic the Hedgehog game. Bass run of Doom. Harmony of Doom. Whoops. Whoops. So what we got here, Rafael Torres, can I send you the transcription of the lick that I'm talking about? Yes, so if anyone wants to send me an email, you can do so at leviclay88@gmail.com. Let me know. I will then head on over to my email address and I will check. I'll bring up any transcription that you have on screen and we can talk about it if you need me to. So just checking these comments. Music from the fastest ever game. To me, it's music from the greatest Sonic the Hedgehog game. Dude, the whole thing sounds ridiculously hard. All right, let me jump back. So how are we doing? We're on 55 people on. I am just going to share this in a few more places because I want more people online. I deserve more people online. So look, where can I share this? I should probably share it in my Patreon group. Speaking of which, ta-da! Just while I share this, these awesome people can be on screen. If you've not joined up to my Patreon page, if not, why not? Link in the description. You can join us for as little as $1. Gets you access to my private patron-only Facebook group, which is where I just shared that. Come hang out live with myself and Martin Miller. I tried the live streaming thing years ago. I was trying to do it as a gamer, and it was hard work because I don't have the concentration to stay playing a video game for 4 hours. But transcribing, I can do that for hours. Yeah. Yeah, great. Like a SNES racing game. Right. So now I can do a copy and paste job. What I'm going to do is I'm literally just going to take that entire section, right? The melody. And now I am going to read it as I'm listening to him play it, and then change anything that needs changing. So now we've got a variation. I will check the comments in a second. Look at that, Paul. I was just turning over and being like, it's been a while since I've got a super chat. Paul, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'll tie that across. So we've just got a grace note slide in there. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to save it because look at my transcriptions folder. There's folders within folders within folders. It's never ending. Earthquake. There we go. You enjoyed the dance, did you? Privet from Russia. Unfortunate timing incident. A new Ibanez and got a premium RG literally a week before the AC series came out. Oh man, that's a shame. So we're going to delete this. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3, 4. We got a tapped harmonic, so artificial harmonic tap. Let's be panicky about this. Now we're into a new section. I'm going to move my microphone down and relax a little bit now. Thanks for that change right in the middle of the phrase. You playing that there? Yep. bit of trial and error there, bit of guesswork. Why not? Learning to sight read really difficult. It is, man. You have to put in the time. It's a pain. Oh, whoops. So did that email come through? No email. So, who's watching? Who's enjoying? 55 people watching. You know how easily we could make that 100? Just head on over to your Facebook page and share the link. Oh, here's the whole tone bit. I'm guessing there's a pull-off there. We've shifted. I'm just putting pull-offs in it. Oh no, dude, I feel you. Like, I'm just looking at that and it looks terrifying. So now I'll just copy and paste that from before. Damn it. From there. I should check that. Now we have a copy and paste job from here. Again, I'll just copy all of it and then change it as needed. Check comments. Zach SN, are people on this live stream good at guitar? Well, Martin Miller, the guy that I'm transcribing, is on the live stream. He's pretty good. He's all right. John B, you're still good. I'm making an assumption, man. We're all good. Like, I'm writing a book on Delta Blues slide players at the moment. It's Son House and Booker White and Robert Johnson. I look at these guys and, like, I've got students that play better than them, or they're cleaner, they have more of an understanding, but, you know, they're not Son House. We're all good at what we do. If you spend that old saying, if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, kind of thing. You know, if you're kind of happy with who you are and what you do, you're the best you. So we've got harmony in there. Where does it end that? Yeah, 14. Now we'll finish the phrase. Does he move down there? Ba 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 ba. Ba-da-da-da-do. A double stop. I'll read some comments. You always do down picking when I pick the higher note string and up picking when I pick the lower note string. Never give up, John. You know, honestly, the most liberating part of my career was accepting that I'm not as good as most of my friends. But I can be better than them at the thing that I do. Which is, you know, what more could you ask for? Don't try and be Martin Miller when you're friends with Martin Miller. So before I got to know Tom Quayle, I was really into Brett Garsed. So, like the modern legato thing, the thing that we know Tom for, like I was working on that kind of thing, Brett Garsed type stuff. And I had this vision in my mind of like, what if Brett Garsed and Greg Howe had a baby? And I was working on this legato thing and really getting some stuff together. And then one day I discovered Tom. And I just instantly went, step back. Don't be that guy. Don't try and be Tom. Because there are a ton of guitar players, and there's no need to name names, but I can name a bunch of guys for you that you just listen to and you're like, man, you're really good, but you're not as good as Tom Quayle, so stop trying to be. Stop doing all those Tom Quayle licks. You don't need to. Right. Mine. Agreed, Levi. This is why I'm not taking part anymore in the arms race that is online guitaring. No, you don't need to take place in the arms race. That's because you've got more nuclear weapons than anyone. You freak. Rasta Ben 95, have I transcribed any ACT stuff? Actually, ACT were one of the featured bands in my Patreon group on Facebook a couple of months ago, and I transcribed. What did we do? I don't remember what we did. The Effect and Wailings from a Tall Building. Yeah, bits and pieces. John B. So I remember going to a Scott Henderson clinic, and he's one of my heroes. And somebody asked him, "How fast can you pick?" And Scott said, "I'm not very fast. I'm not very good at that type of thing, to be honest." And I'll never forget. He then tried to alternate pick a scale fast, and just couldn't even get across 4 strings without flubbing it. And every time he did, he's like, "Ah, shit, ah, fuck." And he didn't hide it. He didn't pretend that he's good at something and then just not show it to people. And I respect that. Like, looking at Scott Henderson, and he's one of my favourite players. So to hear him say, "I'm not a good picker," made me feel a lot more comfortable putting my hands up and saying, "I'm not a good picker." Guitar process question. Is it worth upgrading from 6 to 7? Yeah, 100%. 7 is better than 6. With Tom Wonder, you have a second Tom who's really good. Yep. Tom, another friend. Tom Wonder is one of the most freakishly talented guitar players as well that I've ever seen, and he's not interested in the arms race at all. But if you see him live streaming on Facebook, tune in and watch and talk to him, because he's a freak. Anyway, I'm going to keep going. So where's that put us? We've been going for an hour and a half, and I am not as far in as I'd like to be. I'm just going to check my Facebook and see if we've got any comments, see if I've been booted out of any groups for sharing. If I have, fuck them. Fuck them all. No, absolutely no one interested. This breaks my heart. Let's have a look. What comments am I missing? So Norbert, sorry I missed that. Thank you very much for the super chat. That is hugely appreciated. I can't believe I skipped over that. That's Norbert Cujus, K-U-J-U-S, Cujus. I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm terrible at this stuff. How about a course on transcribing, starting from simple songs? Victor, I have considered it, and maybe it will happen one day. Mike has a couple of lessons online with private students. Good. Victor, what I recommend is my Patreon group. Anyway, back to transcribing. Timu Mantasari is an incredible player, by the way. I did his Troy Grady Cracking the Codes transcriptions. Blew me away. Great book. Just enjoying it at this point. So 1, 2, 3, and Norbert, thank you very much for tuning in. And of course, thank you for the super chat again. The stream will be online on my YouTube channel forever. So if you want to tune in and catch more of it, it will be here. For anyone else still watching, and by the looks of things, there are 40 people watching. Get on Facebook, share this stream. Hit that subscribe button. Tell people. Apparently I missed. Oh, fun. I'm going to have to stop here, not stop the stream. Zach has just said, Martin Miller, I jumped on your channel and saw some of your playing. You are so good player. Sorry about my poor English. Dude, he's not such a good player. He is the player. You don't get a signature guitar with Ibanez unless you're really good. He's really good. So yeah, subscribe to his channel. You'll get a lot out of Martin's channel. Let's keep blasting through this. Gotta love a whole bar of rest. Those are my moments of respite. Let me have a look at this comment. Have you ever checked out some of the transcriptions made for the people of Jamit? I think they use isolated tracks for transcribing. I've not, to be fair, Raphael. There are, certain websites out there that I've looked at. Oh, you need my screen, don't you? There are certain websites out there that I've checked out that I look at and I go, I'd be a good fit here. These guys could really use my skills and my services. Then I look at my bookings and I see that I'm way, way, way too busy to be doing more work. So, Joey, you got to run for dinner. Cool. Thank you very much for tuning in, my friend. I'll be here later if you like. Jamit is dead as far as you're concerned. Oh, shoulder is hurting. Rotary cuff tendonitis. Not nice. My wife's going to be home in a minute and my dogs are going to go crazy. Oh, okay, so now Martin's mentioned Jamit. I know what he's talking about now. Yeah, I remember they had some Dream Theater stuff, and I don't need isolated tracks to do transcriptions. There go my dogs. Is my wife going to come in and say hello? Probably not. Get Brover. Okay. Haley. Haley. Can I have Brover, please? Say hello, creature. There's your brother. Yeah, so little known fact about me, I have a dog that can float. Come on, Robes, off you go. So let me just check some of these comments. Cool. Well, thanks for tuning in, Joey, and I will catch up with you soon. Check my comments. $44 people. What? We need more people watching. You don't think that I got these transcription skills without having the ability to perform black magic, do you? Oh, I need to bring that back up. Now is a good time for me to do this. Again, thank you to all of my generous supporters over on patreon.com. There is a link in the description if you want to check us out on Patreon. Get lots of cool stuff, name in the credits of my videos, private patron-only Facebook group, video requests, or private lessons with me as well. So, yeah, check it out. And if you would like to join us, that is much appreciated. On with the job. Oh, and we've had our first crash, but that's okay because I know how to deal with these, right? So I'll show you. I'm going to close the program. I'm going to go into my internal drive, C drive, users, studio, app data, roaming, Arabus Music, Guitar Pro 7. You'll have two folders, auto backups and backups. Check for the one that has size. There'll be one in backups. Oh, there's not even one in backups. Change the file name to .gp. And now I can open that. And we're back. So I might have lost a bar. No, I'm okay. See, I've got very good at locating my backups. So we've got the tapped harmonic there. whammy bar vibrato for 2 beats, and then here he trails off with the bar. Okay, now we're moving into the chords. So, yeah, just reading comments. Yeah, the old levitating dog trick. I should probably have started like a hashtag so I could get this trending on Twitter, because I'm sure the 40 people watching would be able to get me there. More super chats, please. So what have we got here? It's like an F. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we'd have No and Martin. I know he's a big fan of these sus. Let me keep reading, so I've missed a lot of comments here. A 7-string Martin Miller signature. So bar arrest. It's like a C sus chord. C sharp sus. I'm just going to leave that full bar empty. I've got copy paste. So copy and paste the entire thing again, but then we have a chord. What's that? A sharp 9. Oh, what am I doing? Yeah, G7. So now I need to mark out more stuff. So see more comments. Enjoy bed, Lucas. Thank you for tuning in. I mean, this has really turned into the Martin Miller comment stream. Oh yeah, Martin. What the hell happened to Xenofinity? I believe they were called. wanted him to dominate the chat. It's it's really cool of Martin to take out the time to be on here and to talk to people. Does he hold that? I mean, I'm seeing. You got interpretive dance while transcribing, and this is totally how I transcribe when you're not watching me as well. Okay, Darren Possible, thank you very much for tuning in. Enjoy your bed. I'm going to get there at some point. Got a while yet. It's still 11:45 here. So who wants to hear what we've got so far? Have I heard that Jason Becker has been really working hard on his album and posting update videos occasionally on YouTube? Yes, I have. And who better to transcribe it? Just throwing that out there. So again, just copy paste. Using shortcuts is important. What have we got? Levi's always one step ahead. I've not done the transcriptions, but if somebody from Jason's camp wants to reach out to me. I'm just going to share this stream again because I'd like more people on. I've got 9,000 YouTube subscribers, nearly 10,000. It'd be cool if more of them were tuned in, right? My watch is telling me it's time to stand. I disagree. All right. Oh, that was bad. Oh dear. So it's tied this note across all the way from there, so I need to manually delete that now because Guitar Pro is dreadful. Whoops. What we got going on here? I mean, I still appreciate people that transcribe, that subscribe. Man, it's huge for me. It's very humbling to. I work really hard on my YouTube. You know, as you can see, putting all this together, and it's not just sitting here and doing this. It's learning how to use all the software to do this, and buying the equipment to do this and do this in good quality. All of that stuff is like really important to me. So to have people actually subscribe is just, it really does mean a lot to me. What have we got? More comments. Problem is, it's inspiring as well. I haven't learned anything in a while, but it made me open Transcribe, try to figure out this guy. Yeah, subscribed for a long time. Yeah, man, the progression I've been able to make in terms of the quality of my videos is astonishing. And do you know how? Do you know how I do that? Ta-da! Another ad brought to you by my wonderful subscribers over on patreon.com. They give me money every month, and it means that I can spend money making better videos. And that's good. Good videos. Thank these people. Much love. Back to transcribing. Is Martin still on? I've not seen a comment from Martin in a while. Let me scroll back. Martin, are you there? Don't have the top note on it this time. No, I don't. Don't let me take the spotlight. You know what you could do, Martin, that would help? Go and post this on your Facebook. This actually must be torture for you to listen to your playing like this. I know why you got 27 likes on that, Martin. It's because you tagged Levi Clay Transcriptions, which is a business page. Do I have any experience with Washburn guitars? My first ever guitar was a Washburn guitar. It was a Washburn BT9. I loved it very much, but I've not had... I've not played a Washburn in a very long time, to be honest. What am I doing? I think there was a cut here. So we can do a copy and paste it. Okay, so we've made a huge dent. Why don't we go back and we'll take a look at how much we've done and what it sounds like, and if it sounds good with the song. And the song has it all. Yeah, crazy to see on YouTube how versatile a musician that Martin and Levi are. Well, I do pride myself on my versatility. Oh, what a wanker. So I'm going to put 161 in here. See if this helps any. We've done a huge chunk of this. Right, we ready for it? If this impresses you, make sure to hit that super chat button and send me monies. Or join me on Patreon, or buy Transcribe via the link below, or buy one of my albums, or yeah. Anyway, sounds like this. Buy one of Martin's JTC masterclasses. Ha! Buy his guitar. Let's go from here, because it's fell out of sync just a hair. mean, I'd say that's pretty fucking on the money. Still going though. We've been streaming for 2 hours now. Yeah, man, David, I can't imagine how frustrating it must have been transcribing from records. Transcribe, the software, makes your life a hell of a lot easier. So purchase it from the link in the description and help support this channel by doing so. This is actually a genre of music. We talk about disco ball going, yeah. This is kitchen sink fusion. This is kick your ass fusion. This is we'll give you everything and do it really well. So how are we doing? There's only 32 people watching now. I mean, 32 people are still 32 people. Let's get a look. The average view is 18 minutes. Tell your friends. Post it on Facebook. Tag me. Show me love. I need your love. I need approval. Please, love me. You can only listen to this bit with this face on. Oh, Popeye! Ack, 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 ack. Let's mark this out. I felt half time there. This is what we're here for. All right, got carried away. Just want me to do the solo now, don't you? We'll get there, don't worry. We are heading towards the solo. Well, keep the passion there, guys. Stay passionate. Motherfucker. Count Dankula's streaming. Damn it, Marcus. I bet he's getting lots of super chats. Stops on the what's that, D flat? More dancing. And here we go. We're into bad boy solo moment. So I'm going to take a break. I will sit here and talk and answer questions because I'm about to start transcribing the solo. So that seems like the sort of thing that should be shared far and wide, right? Surely. So, if you want to spread the word, help a brother out, get more people interested in the stuff that I make and the stuff that I do. I can get the picking of anything right, Martin. You have no faith. Share this in Guitar Addiction. I don't know why I'm sharing this in Guitarist Ireland. It's late there, but right. Let me keep reading. Your ear is pretty sharp. It's actually pretty much in tune here. Yeah, my ear is like a samurai sword. Levi, student in school with Martin over his shoulder saying, "Beggars, right? Yeah. He's my supervisor. Where would I be without my Martin, eh? I would be sad." Right. Shall I do the solo then? Shall I do the solo? Well, I'm not going to be able to get the picking if I can't see what you're bloody doing. It sounds to me like you're playing down, 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 up. Or it could be down, up, down, down, up. Down, middle finger down. Okay. Apparently I can't get it. Right, let's do this solo. Sounds like my wife's outside. Hello, wifey. Is that what you're playing? Hello, Marcus. Yes, I am at the solo, so that's that, 4.5 minutes in. So Marcus, as you've just tuned in, share it with your friends. Levi, can you please go in depth with some of your thought processes? I'm really interested. Yeah, so simple. It's not a difficult process. Like I'm hearing it and writing it down. There you go. Simple as that. No. So I hear this. So Let me just write this phrase. I'll give you a better example of something. Oh, something's gone awry here. There's a dot there that shouldn't be there. So here, I hear this phrase. Ba 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 da. Da 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 do da 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 do da da. 1 E and a 2 E and a. So rhythmically, I can already hear the rhythm is ba 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 ba. That'd be a beat there. Do do da do. And then 1 2 3 4 da da. There's the rhythm of what's being played. So it's just a case of them writing that down. Ba 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 ba. What am I doing? Ba. 4 16th notes. Ba 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 ba. Ba da 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 ba da da do da 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 do da. So I can hear that, and that's dotted 8th note, 16th note, sliding into a dotted 8th note, 16th note. Ba da. Okay, so that's the first chunk of the solo. Let me read your comments. Welcome to the Ibanez video. Yeah, I transcribed some of that for someone, just a minute of it. Ideally, I wouldn't mind dispensing with pick altogether and be like Jeff Beck or Mark Knopfler. Nah, picking fingers is where it's at, man. Or just listen to Scotty Anderson, and you realise that thumb pick is the way to go. Yeah, well, you know what, Marcus? The best way to learn this is to be in my Patreon group. Inane comment. Hi, inane comment. Let me go on. Oh, yeah. I mean, all you're going to get here is shameless plugs from me. I've not had a super chat in a while, so if somebody would like to super chat, give me your monies. What pick thickness do you like, Foo You? Four mil picks, eh? So let me go to my pick box. So like that. A VPix Dimension Junior. One of the best picks on the market. Absolutely love it. I think the Snake is maybe 5mm actually. I'm sure I have more 4s in there, 4.1s. Yeah, I've got a few Dimension Juniors in there. I love the Dimension Junior. I'm a big VPix user. Working with them on more things in the future. My main picks, if I can see one anywhere. That looks like a screamer to me. That is a screamer. You can tell them at sight. These are my picks. I've been using the VPix medium pointed. It's 2.75mm. I've been using that for, I don't know, 7 years. Long time. VPix, yeah, big fan of VPix. I have 2 pick boxes. I have so many picks, which is funny for being such a terrible picker. Levi, quick question about my sight reading. If I'm reading a piece which is above my ability, should I try and decode it slowly or do what most people say and keep pushing my eyes forward? You should always be pushing your eyes forward. You should always be reading ahead. Reading, like sight reading versus reading skills, are 2 very different things. I'll bring my face up. One is a Terminator skull, yeah. Yeah, reading ahead is important. You shouldn't really be reading things that are too hard for you because you're not going to learn either way. Reading skills is about taking a piece of sheet music, going away and being able to understand it and interpret it. Those are the important skills. Sight reading, on the other hand, which is having something put in front of you and you immediately being able to read it. You're not just going to magically get that skill, you know? You can't just sit and do that. If you have something that's too hard for you to read, you can't just expect to sight read it 100 times and then eventually you'll get there. Of course, I've tried the Jazz 3 picks. I've got some somewhere. But no, I've been playing the VPix medium pointed now for a very long time. And for anyone interested, if you go to VPix website and use the discount code LeviClay2018, LeviClay2018, you get 20% off your order. That's supposed to just be for my patrons, but... Oh, sorry, let's bring it back. Whoa. I was offered a signature pick just this week and I declined because it's not my pick. I've been using the VPix medium pointed for 8 years and it would be a lie of me to play something else just because it's got my name on and I make a bit of money off it. So when I tell you that I like the VPix, I genuinely like the VPix. When I give you a discount code for their website, I don't get any money from that. I've got a discount code with them because it's more important to me to be able to give a discount to the people that follow me than it is for me to make money from the picks. Oh man, for me, the most important part of my channel is 100% open, honest, and full disclosure and integrity. I can't be bought. I simply cannot be bought. I've lost or left jobs at companies because they want to tell me what I can and can't say. And it just doesn't work for me. Like, if I think something's good, I'll tell you it's good. And if I think something's shit, I will tell you it's shit. That means that, if I say something is good, I mean it. I've not been paid to say it. Yeah, simple as that. You cannot pay me to say a shit product is good. Which means that no one wants to work with me because I'm a liability. I can see you sweeping there, Martin. That's tricky to write. Going back to that point that I just made about integrity and shit like that. Yeah, VPICs are the best. Yeah, going back to integrity, you know, I can talk about Transcribe, the software, and say there's an affiliate link below. Buy it via that link, and I'll get $10. I love the software. I stand by the software. It is the best thing. I couldn't do my job without it. Guitar Pro, on the other hand, I could have an affiliate account with Guitar Pro, and I could make money every time people buy it via the link that I provide them. But I'm not happy with Guitar Pro as a piece of software. It's not perfect. There are loads of flaws with it, and I've made these points to the guys at Guitar Pro and said this needs fixing, this needs fixing, this needs fixing, and I just get ignored. So I can't, in good faith, recommend people purchase the software, or at least I certainly can't have that conflict of interests whereby I'd be making money trying to sell it. Same with websites like TrueFire. You know, I could have an affiliate account with TrueFire. I really enjoy TrueFire's content. But, you know, when you start making money on things, I'd be more inclined to promote TrueFire's stuff than my stuff, which would be silly. So he hits this note. The VPIC that I've been really enjoying just recently is I'll find it. Enjoying it so much I can't find it. Is that it there? Nope, that's a Hufschmid pick. Where the hell is my Pacelli? There. We'll bring this up. Don't get me started on the John Mayer signature. Yeah, so the one I'm really enjoying at the moment is this. This is the Pacelli. I think it's a 4.1er. As you can see, it bevels down to a fine point at the end, which is nice. It's got this nice beveling around it. It's kind of like a Dimension, but I don't know. There's just something about it. It just feels good in the fingers. I like a thick pick, and this, you know, it's got all of the feel of having a very thick pick, but because it comes to that sharp point at the end, you get the feel of that accuracy. So big fan of that pick, the Pacelli. You can get the VPIC Insanity, which is I think 13 mil thick. If you want a really thick pick. Sorry. Should we listen to the solo so far? Oh, let me take a look at this. Is it okay if you move the mic back a bit? I'm breathing into it. Yeah, sorry, I'm a horrible mouth breather. Anyone tried playing with a coin? No. Curious now. Kind of want a Levi to get started on the John Mayer signature. I think I talked about it on my podcast, The Guitar Souls. Anyway, let's take a listen to the entire solo, or what I've done so far. Go from here. Should sound good. Ready? I'd say that's perfect. Check my Facebook. How many people we got online? 30. We've dropped down to the hardcore elite. Well, I still appreciate you all sat here watching me. Losers. What are we at? saw back. Is he going to go into beast mode here? You need to, as I say, get on VPIC's actual website and use the discount code. You certainly will, John. You will be. They will be in my Patreon group. I mean, I think Martin. I think there's talks of Martin releasing this as well. So yeah, VPICs are based in Tennessee. You are very welcome, John. Comments we got coming in. Would I have trouble with a 12mm pick? The biggest pick I have, Patrick Hoofschmidt made this for me before he was making picks. I think he made this for me as a joke. I reviewed it on my page a long time ago. It's this. That is a thick pick. Still have it all these years later. I mean, technically the discount code is for my patrons. That's what I asked Vinny for it for. But you're sat here at 1 o'clock in the morning watching me stream, and I've been here for 3 hours, so you deserve it. Oh, I just realised you can't see, can you? Whoops. Sorry. Looks like a bar of chocolate. Yeah, I call this the Toblerone or the Toblerone signature. I wish it was a piece of chocolate. It'd be more fucking useful. What have we got going on here? Nice. Martin's been doing his Gambali licks. You depend on that. I feel like we should listen to the solo again, see how it sounds. Why don't we take a listen, see how it sounds. So solo is going back to here. Going back to the section marker. So we've got another 20 bars done. Right, you ready for this? I'm going to try something. I'm going to use the... that doesn't work. Alright, fine. It's going to sound like this. Oh, I love it. I just, yeah, just love it. Look. This has turned into a VPix sponsored stream. It's funny because starting next month, my videos will be sponsored by VPix. But these ones technically aren't, so just drop them a message on their Facebook page and tell them that you're really interested in their picks and that you heard about them from me. Martin's probably on the phone to Martina. Should save it now. Thank you, Seal. It's a funny endorsement when you think about it. Buy VPix. Without VPix, I couldn't transcribe like this because somehow they are connected. Thank you very much, Herp Derp. I'm really proud of that book, actually. That's a cool lick. And we have a crash. It's fine. So now I've got the folder open with my auto backups. Now you see this one is at 0, so I want to go back into Guitar Pro 7 and backups, and then there will be an earthquake backup here that has size. Whoops. I see questions. I will come and answer them. 2 seconds. So I lost a few notes, but that's fine. Thank you very much for your super chat, Fuyu. I appreciate you sitting here for as long as you have. You've been here for a long time. Yes, John B. Pick up my books on Amazon.com or .co.uk. I get a very, very fair share from my publisher. I mean, to me, that's the coolest lick so far. Very cool. So let me come through, read these. What do you think of the transcribers who put the notes on different strings other than the guitar player originally used on? Same note tone on different strings makes a big difference. Yeah, I mean, where possible, I like to transcribe with video because that way I know that what I'm doing is correct. Let me bring my face up. I know what I'm doing is correct. In fact, let me bring this up. I know what I'm doing is correct. But you also have to remember that, you know, the guitar is a different instrument to any other instrument. If I transcribe on the piano, I'm not expected to worry about things like that. I just transcribe the notation. So if, say, for example, a piano player was transcribing and you asked them to transcribe guitar, I would be very surprised if you'd expect them to know how it was played. They would just hear the notes and write the notes down. So I totally understand why people do things that way. I try to get things as accurate as possible, but then to be fair, there's also a degree of transcribing things the way that makes sense to me, the way that this is how I would play that. I try not to get too bogged down in it, to be honest, but like I say, I like to use video if possible. So speaking of which, I really need to buy those. You do need to buy those country books, Charvel Shred. I mean, if you've been digging into Troy Statina's thrash method, then maybe my country stuff isn't for you. That's fine. You don't need to buy my stuff, but, you know, if you're interested, it is there. This is the lick people love. When Martin plays an open string like that, you know he's about to really fucking explode. That's him gearing up to pick. Now this is sloppier. So there's some guesswork involved here. So I'm just going to transcribe this as I'm seeing, rather than getting too bogged down in the details. Or reading notation, for example, in G major, do you read it as C major and compensate for the sharp? That's a really interesting question. I mean, I'm really thinking hard about this. I read as G major, but I just read the notes, if I'm honest. I'm aware that there's a key signature there, so when I'm reading, I'm aware that F is sharp. But yeah, I'm not thinking of it as C and adjusting. I'm thinking of it as G, but I'm aware that G is C with an F sharp. That's a really hard question. We've only got 2 bars to go, and then I've done this whole solo. Just doing my head in. Yeah, that's right. Let's have a look. Just curious, Levi. Whenever I transcribe, I always figure out the chord changes first. Do you usually wait until the end? Yeah, it depends what I'm doing, man. It depends what the job is. In this case, you know, I'll transcribe the licks, and if I find something I like and I go, that sounds cool, I'll then go back and go, well, why does it sound cool? That should be us. Now we should be in the home stretch now, guys. I said I was going to do this whole solo in one stream, whole video in one stream, and I'm nearly there. Let's listen to the solo though. So it's here. Ready? Say we're pretty on. Should we get this done? now I can copy and paste. Thank fuck. So what I'm looking for is the so. Is it from there? It's from here. Fuck it, let's just do a copy and paste and I'll fix it. I'm so tired at this point. I'm sick of this song. Let's go from there. And I'll just fix what needs fixing. Okay. Where's the end of the solo? It's there. So we're working from here. So we can just fix that. Oh. And we've got the alternate melody, which is there. Oh, you son of a fucking bitch. So we don't want that. And we don't want that. Okay, let me go into this. Copy and paste that from here. We are so nearly there. I am the best in the world at what I do. So this is me just checking. Okay, that's on the and. Thank you very much, Greg. Thank you very much for the super chat. It's all appreciated. It all goes to pay my lighting bill, which will be astronomical after the the lights have been on for 4 hours. Done. I was expecting that to take me 4 hours, so to have it done in 3.5, and that was with a lot of talking. Gives you an idea of you know, what I do and yeah, Martin, you just come back and I'm done. So do you want to listen to the entire thing? In theory, this should sync up. I don't think it will, actually. So I'm going to have to go from where the tune is in time. Try that again. I need to get that in time, sorry. So I'm going to resync it here. Let's resync. Let's do a resync. I'd say that's good enough. We are done. I can save this now. This is going into my Patreon folder. So let me save that there. Full. Cool. So I guess I will just sit around and answer any questions if anyone has any for a little bit longer. Thank you so much for tuning in. 3.5 hours of me transcribing. You lunatics for watching. It was a lot of fun though. Honestly, there's just an astonishing amount of chat here, and it's a real honour that people have anything to say. So I appreciate that. Let's have a look. Yeah, pretty tired, to be honest. Good feeling though. Lots of fun that. So if anyone else has any questions, at all, I'm still here for a bit. But if not, I will leave you in peace. How do I keep the attention span going and not get distracted? I'm considerably more distracted when not transcribing publicly. I tend to work with TV or a film or something on the other screen to keep me sane, to allow me to be distracted. I find chit chat in the background kind of helps me concentrate on the work and not go absolutely insane. It was certainly hard. What was my toughest transcription by far? I did some. Is it Pascal Grasso? I've done some of his stuff. That was a pain in the ass. Some Holdsworth stuff that I hated. Sean Lane, a lot of Sean Lane stuff. Ultimately, the hardest stuff to transcribe is the stuff that you don't enjoy listening to. Simple as that, really. It could be, average to difficult playing, and you can hate it, and that will that makes transcribing a lot harder. Whereas something like this that I thoroughly enjoy, I can stay focused on this, and therefore it doesn't really matter how hard it is because it's never hard. It's enjoyable even when it's hard. So yeah, give me Holdsworth, I hate it. I would also like to know about attention span. I mean, also, I've been doing this professionally, transcribing music now for 9 years. A long time. It's been my business. And as arrogant as this sounds, I enjoy that I'm good at it. It's nice to have something that I'm good at. And yeah, putting a lot of time into something you're good at should never really be that hard, especially when you enjoy it. So I've got that combination of being good at what I do and enjoying it. So it's quite easy for me to concentrate on something like that. I also see this as a puzzle, When I transcribed that, when I started out, I had a blank piece of paper, and now I've decoded it. I've solved the puzzle that is Earthquake. That's cool. So it's, it drives me forward to keep transcribing. I'll tell you what, I will pull up a Pascal Grasso. I think it's Pascal Grasso. Yeah. This type of stuff. I mean, yes, I do Skype guitar lessons. I'm nowhere near as expensive as Martin and not as busy. £25 for Skype lessons. You can either book them a la carte, or you can join me on my Patreon page. If you pledge $50, that gets you access to all of my Patreon stuff plus a monthly Skype lesson. So, yeah. Charvel Shred, when did I realise my ear was perhaps a lot better than most others? It wasn't. I wasn't born with a good ear. I failed oral and transcribing class at university. I mean, it was a bad test. I was using transcribing to pay my rent at the time, so I was good, but they told me I wasn't great. I got good at transcribing because my ear was weak. And I spent a lot of time doing it because I wanted to get a better ear. So when did I realise that I was good, had a better ear than most others? When people started paying me to do it. And the more people started paying me to do it, the more I wanted to keep going. You just realise the brick wall in the background is wallpaper. Yes, it is. I had you fooled. I love the look of the background behind me, but I'm also doing a lot more recording and mixing now. So I'm kind of looking at my studio and I'm thinking, well, that looks good, but would, sound foam, into acoustic treatment be a better use of the background. I don't like the look of the acoustic treatment behind me, but I need better sound. Probably just going to stick with the shit sound because I love how that looks. Yeah. Any more questions? Any more super chats? This is me. I don't have a hat to take off. This is me holding out my hat, and this is my tip jar now. But yeah, John B, you're absolutely right. Find a job you enjoy. You never work a day in your life. It's even better if you can be well compensated for the work you do as well. Again, I'm. It's not that the transcription pays well. I've just got a lot of it. And, it's the other things that help. Patreon helps, and my books. The fact that a few of you have purchased some of my books tonight, that really helps. The fact that some of you have talked about picking up a copy of Transcribe, that really helps. The fact that you talk about what's not available in your area. Oh, okay. Well, essentially, you want to look for a gentleman by the name of Pascal Grasso. Let's see if I can find one of the other videos that I did. Yeah, this. That was torture. Demotivation is your biggest issue, honestly. That's why I've been on the year-long hiatus. Oh, Super Chat's not available in your area. Okay, fair enough. What do you think of Rocksmith? Good game to learn guitar. I have no experience with Rocksmith, so I can't bash it. I do have some positive things to say about things like Rocksmith and Rock Band. And I actually meant to do a vlog on this on my YouTube channel, so I should probably get on that again. There are definite benefits, definite things that are cool about rhythm games. But Martin is absolutely right. A guitar is a great way to learn the guitar. Simple as that. When you use something like Rocksmith, you're not learning to play the guitar. You're learning to copy. You're learning to interpret their form of notation. It's not you learning to develop your ear. It's not you learning to be instinctive, to play what you hear, to know where to put your fingers instinctively. It's just a different form of reading to me. So I like what Martin said. A guitar is a great way to learn guitar. But I do have some positive things that I can say about things like Rock Band. But I'll save that for a YouTube video. And of course I would make sure or encourage everyone to subscribe. Make sure you're subscribed to my channel. Have I had a boost in subscriptions? Not really. That's a shame. I was hoping this might have pushed me to 10,000 because I'm looking forward to hitting that 10,000 mark. What are the best resources to learn how to apply music theory to the guitar? That's an interesting question. For me, I'd say there isn't. But that's because, you shouldn't learn loads of theory and then go and apply it. You should learn one small concept and then use it, practice it, use it, apply it. And then learn one more thing and understand that and apply that and use that. Getting all the information in the world and then not really knowing how to go and use it, that just says to me that you don't understand the theory. I appreciate that's probably not a huge help, but yeah. No, Martin, you just hate me and you unsubscribed. I hate you too. Yeah, and so Urexial. That's where I'd say things like Rocksmith are good. If it motivates you, that's good. We live in a society now. I'm essentially just doing a short form on my YouTube video that I plan to do now. Essentially, something like Rocksmith or Guitar Hero or Rock Band or whatever, they cater to an audience which is alien to myself and Martin, because I grew up wanting to play guitar because guitar was cool, right? When you use something like Rock Band or Rocksmith, or I appreciate they're totally different things. Rock Band is a rhythm game, essentially. What that does is it encourages a competitive attitude to music. It makes music a game. And I think for young people, that can be quite a good and effective way of getting people in and interested in rhythm. When you look at Rock Band, that is a game that's very much about rhythm. And I think that you could play a game like Rock Band for a year and not ever play guitar. And all right, sure, you're not going to be a good guitar player at the end of it. But when you pick up the guitar, you will have a much more solid understanding and concept of rhythm and timing. And that is the most useful thing that you could ever have as a musician. Having that internal sense of time is good. Engaging with the music that you listen to. When you listen to Rock Band and you play along on the drums or whatever, you have to engage and interact with the beat. Whereas too many people, music is background noise to them. They don't interact with it. They don't throw themselves into it and try and be a part of it, feel the pulse and react to the pulse. So in that respect, I'm quite fond of things like Rock Band, but I wouldn't use them with my students. So yeah, there's that. Setting up lessons with Stephen Forte from the band Adagio within this month, so I'm really feeling ready to get back into it heavily. Yeah, he's a good player, a great player. Anything else coming in? I understand, Rocksmith, you plug a guitar into it, but no. Yeah, I know how it works. No. That's the point. Play Rock Band, then you want to play guitar? Play guitar. The aspect of Rocksmith that you'll be enjoying is the competitive aspect, the point scoring. Hello, Music and Game from Bosnia and Herzegovina. So for you, since you've never used a metronome to learn anything or practice, so me and Martin could talk about this for a long, long time. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. Go and listen to Jeff Berlin talk about metronomes. He makes a lot of smart points, a lot of wise points. A metronome is just a measurement of time, right? A metronome itself isn't time. A metronome is how accurate a pulse is, how consistent a pulse is. But when you listen to, Latin music, great players play together and they push and pull with the time and they do it naturally, organically. That sense of feeling the pulse more so than counting the pulse is good. I feel the pulse because I listen to a lot of music and I interact with the music always. I try and move my body. I enjoy it. Okay. Who are your favourite guitarists on a songwriting rather than technical level? It's an interesting question. I mean, it depends on genre, Jerry Reed. Jerry Reed is like one of my all-time favourite guitar players. Hey Ricardo, it's cool, man. All right, I'm gonna hang around for probably 10 more minutes and take questions, but the whole stream is going to be here for you to check out. Yeah, Charvel, sorry, I did see that you sent me a super chat. Let's go up, and you didn't leave a message with it, but thank you so much for your super chat. That'll pay for my lights. Yeah, it's all appreciated. Yeah, so Jerry Reed is one of my favourite songwriters. It just so happens that he can play guitar incredibly, but it's not his guitar playing that grabs me. It's his songs. I love his songs. He really inspires me. You know, in a metal world, you could say guys like Dave Mustaine. I love Dave Mustaine's writing. Just think, who else am I really into from a writing perspective? Songwriting. I mean, we're listening to a lot of Casey Roberts and the Live Revolution at the moment. Casey Roberts is a great player and writer. But again, it's his writing that does it for me. I think it's why, you know, my album, Out of the Ashes, Hellcat Molly's Out of the Ashes, is all songs. Songs was the important thing to me. I wanted to write things that I could strum on an acoustic guitar and sing, not something that you could listen to and go, that's a cool riff. Metronome is not totally necessary. Yeah, exactly. See? Am I a fan of Gary Moore's guitar playing? Yeah, I think Gary was a great player. Great player. He's not one of my influences. I certainly wouldn't say he's one of my bigger influences, but I can't fault his playing. Definitely not. Who else do I think is great? I'll tell you what, I'll bring up my iTunes maybe. Obviously Brad Paisley, I'm a huge fan of Brad Paisley and his writing. Alan Jackson, country guy, I'm a big fan of his songwriting. I really like Mark Tremonti, actually. The last couple of Alter Bridge albums have been fantastic. So a big fan of that. I like... I'm going to say like Michael Amott from Arch Enemy, but I think that it's cool music rather than cool songs, if that makes sense. Tom Morello had some great writing in Audio Slave, some really good writing in Audio Slave stuff. I guess that's Chris Cornell as well as a writer. That's cool. Just scrolling and scrolling. A lot of music here. I always like Dan Donegan from Disturbed growing up. I really like Dave Grohl. He's written some great songs. Think of like something like The Pretender. That's a masterpiece. It's just a masterpiece. There's no avoiding it. Absolute masterpiece. Dave McPherson, Vin Me. He's not a particularly great guitar player, but he's been one of my bigger influences since I was a kid. Certainly lots of guys, lots of bands. I really like James Valentine from Maroon 5. James Valentine's a great guitar player, but also, writes great songs. Always plays the right part, doesn't need to overplay, which is cool. I'd say someone like Michael Romeo, but I think he writes cool music rather than cool songs. I'm a big fan of Nickelback, so Chad Kroeger, yeah, cool. One of my guitar heroes growing up was Noodles from The Offspring. So, yeah. Yeah, that should do. Keep scrolling. Oh, Darren Malakian of System of a Down, another big influence on me. So lots of songs, lots of songwriters. I've missed a lot of comments, so let me see what we've got here. Vinnie Moore, great player. I'm not an Animals as Leaders fan. I do like Chuck from Def, yeah. The only issue I really have with Def is the production. Rory Gallagher, yeah, of course. That is my fretless Vigier Excalibur, yeah. I've been trying to sell that for fucking ages, actually. Of course I'm familiar with Alan Murphy. Yeah, great player. Great player. He's one of the, like, how would you describe Alan Murphy? Like one of the British session masters. Yeah, so transcribing from YouTube videos with slightly bad audio quality. Find better audio quality. I do have one tip though on that, and I guess I'll probably close with this. So, when I'm transcribing, you'll often see me singing everything, and I feel that's a great thing to do. I don't think when you're transcribing, it's about listening to the recording and then trying to find the note that sounds like the note on the recording. You should be able to listen to the recording and then sing the part. I think that's the most important thing. You can buy Vigiers in the US. You need to talk to DJ Scully. He's the US distributor. A friend of mine out of he's in New York. New York? Is DJ in New York? I'm sure DJ's in New York, yeah. Cool. Well, I'm about to hit the 4-hour mark, so I'm going to sign off now, guys. But again, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for the Patreon support. I should really bring my Patreon guys up. Thank you so much for the support, any of my patrons who are watching this. If you would like to join us on Patreon, there is a link below. You can subscribe to my Patreon for as little as $1, and it really does help out. It helps the channel to keep going. What else? You can purchase Transcribe, the software, link below again, and that I get like $10 on that, which of course is a huge help. Purchase my books on Amazon.com. What else can you do to support me? You can send me super chats on here, which is also cool. And should probably throw some love and support out for Martin Miller. We don't really need to say any more about how great he is. Head on over to Jam Track Central. Support him. Buy his masterclasses. Buy his album. It's a great record. If album sales do well, he's more inclined to make another one, right? So, give your love and support to Martin. Subscribe to his YouTube channel. And lastly, if you don't have money to support us with, subscribe. Share the word. Spread the word. Tell people about the work that we're doing, because that's really what this is all about. It's about reaching a bigger audience so more people can hear my music. I have albums, and it's cool when people check them out. And really, I want to have 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, so then I can force feed them my music, because that's what it's all about, right? Loving music, being passionate, and all of that good stuff. So I'm going to scroll down, see if there's any more comments. If not, I'm gone. Cheers, Frank. Good night, everyone. It's 2 a.m. I need to walk my dogs. Bye.